Welcome, my Exorcist army, to Mad Magic TV and my latest sub, DJ Longhair.
Hello all, welcome to Mad Magic. It's been a hot sec since we did a long video. Getting back to the basics today. One to buy, one to sell, one to spec. With Modern Horizons 3, lots of movement. I'm Mono, that's Thallid, who I always count on for this stuff. Thallid, how you doing?
I'm living the dream, man. How's it going?
It's going great for me, but I don't have a private jet yet, so I'm not living the dream.
You know what the secret is, Mono, to wanting like the best life you've always wanted?
What's that?
Wanting a shitty life.
Be happy with shit. Lowered expectations. What do we have today for...
Ooh, one to buy. Give me something shiny.
Well, the card that we have as one to buy is Echo of Eons. The reason is that it's an extension of a card that is premiering in Modern Horizons 3 that is absolutely and utterly one of the most busted creatures ever printed, Psychic Frog.
So Echo of Eons, each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draws 7 cards, has flashback, so you can use it twice at 6 mana, so, you know, not quite as good as a Time Twister, but you can use it twice. And so with the Psychic Frog, this was something that we talked about with Modern Horizons, right? Whenever Psychic Frog deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, and you can discard a card to put a counter on it.
Yeah, potentially. You can potentially cast this guy and be attacking with like a 15/15 flyer that draws you a card on turn 2. The Echo of Eons itself as a pick is just one of a variety of cards, and this is just the one that I chose to go with. It's a mythic, and I just think it combos really well with the card. I doubt that you will ever in a game resolve it for 4 and 2 blue. Essentially, you're going to be casting it for its flashback cost. What you're going to do is you're going to cast Echo of Eons with the Psychic Frog into play. Upon its resolution, you can dump the rest of your hand, and you're going to give it a huge buffer, and you, although your opponent as well, is going to draw the 7 cards and potentially draw into removal. Assumedly so, if you're playing the Psychic Frog and the Echo of Eons, you're going to be playing such cards as Force of Negation and the also new to MH3 card, Flare of Denial, in order to...
the Force of Will Light. So let's look at what we got here for Eons. It came in it looks like 19-ish. What's interesting is not much
MH1.
of a COVID spike here.
Yeah, it was printed during MH1. It's never had any like huge demand. The spike that you're seeing on the screen is probably somewhat in relation to the ability to use its flashback cost with cards such as Psychic Frog.
This thing already seems like it's moving a little bit. So coming back to February, we're at $13, $14. Now they're talking about 20. What is, let's see, do I got anything on a TCG player? Let's take a look here at that. 23.38, but what do we got for actual near mints? $19, $20 right about now. Looking at their graph, let's go ahead. There's a 3-month graph. You know,
keep in mind that most cards sold as light play are actually near mint for all intensive purposes. A lot of most guys that are reputable that list their cards simply list their cards as light play just in order to avoid returns and such like that, or complaints for like minor defects on the card.
Not too much of a difference though. You know, light play is showing $19.92. So this is a hot card right now. I mean, what I like about it the most when you pick cards like this, Thallid, is that it's just a good card. You know, if it turns out it doesn't spike to a gazillion dollars, it's not like you've got a terrible card. It doesn't look like the price is going to be really dropping that much. I mean, so here we go on sales just over the past few days, right? Like this card is going.
I think there is some serious deck tech involved with the Psychic Frog. And it's not just Echo of Eons. There's other flashback cards that are going to combo very well with it. I just think Echo of Eons is a very good opportunity with this card.
I think those are good picks, Thalid. You could buy a Psychic Frog for 10, 11 bucks. But why not just buy a pack of Modern Horizons for $11, and then you can have a 0% chance of getting the cards that you want. Okay, 1, 2.
One to sell. Get rid of it. You're all dead to me anyway.
We got to get rid of something. What do you like to ditch?
Well, I think that we want to get off the hype train on this card. It's Eye of Ugin. Eye of Ugin is a card that's basically legal in only one format that sees a lot of play, and that's Commander. It's banned in Modern, and Modern Horizons 3 is really the set that's driving the price of this card. And over the last few weeks, it's obvious that Modern Horizons 3 is an Eldrazi themed set, and there's some absolutely, don't get me wrong, absolutely busted Eldrazi cards, Eldrazi themes. There's other Soul Ring land. I call them Soul Ring lands, because they have the capacity to produce 2 colorless mana under certain conditions, such as Ugin's Labyrinth, another Ugin land, very good. But this card is going to be, it's in slight demand because of Commander, but keep in mind, even if you're playing it in Commander, you only need 1 copy of it. And this is only going to be people that are playing essentially an Eldrazi in their command zone, which means they're probably going to be a colorless deck. So it doesn't have a lot of appeal in the competitive Commander realm. Although there are some tier 1.5 colorless Commander decks with Eldrazi. One of note would be the Kozilek. There's a Kozilek deck. However, I think this is a short-term, just huge price spike. We need to capitalize. And if you have a number of copies of this card before you've already, and you didn't jump on the hype train. If you didn't jump on the hype train, great time to unload a few copies of this card, man. Because it's going to come right back down to earth. It's banned everywhere.
If I can, you're looking at even just TCG, you can see a few people here seem to be a little more savvy, right? They're already saying $75, take it, right? Where you have, that's a near mint foil, but then, $99. Although there's not much. That's how many they actually have here.
Like, speculators jumped on it because of the hype train. Hey, let's get back down to reality and sell this card. You see that anytime anything goes absolutely 90-degree angle, acceleration, look at the spike on the price of this thing. That's ridiculous, man. A little bit before September, this card was floating at around $12, $15 probably.
Yeah.
So if you're able to unload this card for $75, even $50, jump on it. Because even the reason this card is spiking is only because of Commander. No one cares about any other format that this is legal in. Sell the shit out of it, because even in Commander, the people that need it only need 1.
One to speculate on. Go ahead, speculate. While hanging from my meat hooks.
Completely off the cuff is a foil version of Opalescence from Urza's Destiny.
Okay, so reserve list card, old card, exceedingly rare card. This thing's got to be at the foil. It's fleeced a couple $100, yeah? Near mint foil. Okay. What do we got? $200.
Yeah, we've got near mint foils for cheaper than that, but the all-time high for this card for near mint foil is probably around the $400 to $500 range. I think that, anytime you've got a card like this, gets better with age because of its ability and because of the improved, what enchantments are, how much better they can get, their room for approval, their ceiling. This is a card that is, it's almost immune to the power creep, and it actually, I don't want to say immune because it gets better with the power creep because of its ability. And you're talking about the second set that had reserve list cards, and the second of only two sets that have reserve list cards that feature foils, neglecting, of course, the foil Lightning Dragon promo from Urza's Saga pre-releases. These cards are extremely rare. This is when foils mattered. This is when foils were of higher quality. They're absolutely beautiful cards. And when you bought a booster box of these cards, the maximum amount of foils that you would generally get of the rare rarity was 1 per box. So
No, you mean 4 per pack.
yeah, dude.
So
But
even
yeah,
at 200-ish, or as we saw on TCG, $190, if you are inclined to take Thalet up on this, 50,000 plus sales. So this guy's Strike Zone Online seems to have a lot of cred. $191,
we'll see if
and then they're going to start getting more expensive.
and if you look at the light played copies, well, these are a little more actually, but I was able to find a light played copy of this card for, I believe, $104 or $107. I love foil reserve list cards from Legacy and Destiny. I think that's like one of the best cards you could possibly target. They're very difficult to keep in good condition if you're playing with them.
Okay. Well, that's just about it for all of us. Be sure to like and subscribe. Remember, it only costs $1 million to press the button. So just, go ahead and press it. Liliana will give you a shout out if you do, or she might. Lots
And
coming
you might
up
get
here on
pictures
Mad
of
Magic.
our moms.
Magic.